Turns out that they give you an option to submit a different name if you got one. Now, this can be very, very, very bad for them. We're gonna get our revenge, is what I'm saying. We're getting it.
All right, boys. Here we go, boys. Yes. Yeah. Emergency breaking Six Flags America news. That's right. Six Flags America is about to get a new name. I know technically you're not supposed to call it Six Flags America anymore because, Six Flags sold the property to 35V, an investment firm co-founded by NBA superstar Kevin Durant. And the property is being developed by TPA Group. And as of this recording, they have loads and loads of ideas of what they want to do with the 515 acres.
And so we have a development vision that's really this ability to deliver a generative ecosystem that is focused on health, wealth, and community.
But current concepts include entertainment venues, restaurants, stores, commercial space, medical and wellness facilities, educational programming, and publicly accessible natural areas. So a park. Just say a park. That's like the most AI-generated word sandwich I've ever read. It's a park. You want to make a park, or you're going to make a park with apartments and commercial space and entertainment and food and educational sources and something about wellness too.
Look at how big these weeds are. This looks terrible.
Yeah, no wonder kids keep breaking in the doors like wide open. Look at that. Ooh, here comes somebody. Now, the name of this property was briefly mentioned during the disastrous town hall meeting I attended.
We've had the pleasure and honor of working with Six Flags. They've asked that we stop calling it Six Flags. They do own a company that's called Six Flags. They sold this property. They did not sell their company as Six Flags. So that's something that we would have to work with you all on a name.
And definitely check out that video if you haven't already, because it was a wild ride.
They want to make sure it's not going to be data center.
You didn't answer the question. You didn't answer the question.
And there's a couple things in there that I might reference in this video.
And I was surprised to find out that the county generated only about 3 to 3.5 million annually from the Six Flags site.
And like I said in that video, I'll stop calling it Six Flags America when I'm stone cold graveyard dead in the ground. Anywho, per this article that I found from the local news, quote, the public is being asked to help choose a new name for the massive redevelopment planned at the former Six Flags America property. Voting opened Tuesday for the 515-acre Central Avenue site, which developers envisioned as a mixed-use destination featuring entertainment, restaurants, shopping, businesses, medical and educational facilities, and a public open space, aka a park. Can we not say a park? There's what is happening? Hold on. Some big tractor's coming. This is a big old truck. Put them out of their way. Oh my god, this truck just came out of the entrance at Six Flags. Sorry, not Six Flags. It's filled with trees and dirt. That's breaking news. You're not going to see content like this anywhere else, okay? That even surprised me a little bit. Where was I? Yes. The proposed names. Hold on to your buttholes, everybody. These are, wow, these names are going to set the world afire. Hold on. What are the proposed names? Well, the community, what are the proposed 5 names? What are the proposed 5 names? Well, community members can vote on one of the 5 proposed names. Number 1, The Ascend at Central Avenue, intended to represent growth, progress, and opportunity. That sounds like a cult, the name, The Ascend. If I went to a place called The Ascend, I hope some of my family members would get together and consult a deprogramming expert or something. Yeah, I'd stay away from a place named The Ascend. Where am I ascending to? Huh? Number 2, The Gathering, designed to reflect a welcoming place where people can live, work, shop, eat, and spend their time. Okay, so The Gathering, right? The Gathering of the Jungalows? I feel like they already kind of have that name trademarked, so I don't know about calling this place The Gathering. Number 3, The Foundry at Central refers to a place where ideas, businesses, and communities are shaped into something lasting. And that is so generic. You might as well just call this like, the township or the villages, the Foundry. I feel like 5,000 places have that name already. Like any generic shopping center in America. No thanks. Number 4, The Axis at Central Avenue represents a central point where people, businesses, and opportunities meet. I mean, we got the axis of power, the axis of evil. I don't want to think about the axis. Number 5, The Nexus at Central Avenue reflects the convergence of community, commerce, culture, and innovation. The Nexus. Another IS name. So we have the Axis and the Nexus. The Nexus, just like, that reminds me of a wrestling stable back in the day. A bunch of young upstart. I don't know how to get into it. I don't have to explain the details of it. The Nexus. Yeah, hard pass on that one. This is the greatest example of AI generated names and ideas. Like someone just pumped this into Chat GPT and be like, hey, what should we call this 515 acres? And like Chat GPT farted out these 5 names because they're all just like the most generic, like nothing. They're nothing. These mean nothing, and the names will eventually be changed once people are bored of it after a year or two. So yeah, none of these are good. They're all bad. A black SUV kind of pulled up and then did a turnaround. So I don't know who that is. And if you guys remember, like a month or two ago, when I was here, I was accosted and borderline assaulted by some dudes in like a black SUV. I'm like, oh, we see what you're doing. Blah, 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 blah. I think they're just messing with me, but still, don't trust black SUVs like that. I just want to point out, okay? Look, hey everybody, I'm not afraid anymore. Do you hear me? I'm not afraid anymore.
All right, so getting back to the proposed names for the property, I found this unofficial survey/poll. It's being conducted by an online local news organization, and one of the options that they listed was other. And as you can see, other seems to be kind of leading the pack here by a lot. To me, that pretty much confirms that the names that this redevelopment project has selected suck. Nobody likes them. And I think a lot of that stems from the fact that none of the names that they have selected has anything to do with the history, the culture, anything regarding the state of Maryland. All the names feel like a generic template that ignore the community where this property is located. And listen, I'm not going to sit here and brainstorm ideas for the TPA group or this redevelopment project. That's not my job, okay? That's their job. If they want to hire me to do that, then by all maybe I'll say yes. I don't know. But if they really want to make something for this community, maybe go out and actually talk to the community. Don't just hold like a town hall meeting where they don't really take the questions. They just kind of make curated ones that they can just answer. This is very early in the development process. This could be a whole decade before anything is actually built, but just these names suck is what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with Maryland, it has nothing to do with the Prince George's County where the property is, it has nothing to do with the history of this land, nothing. So if you go on their site here, they have a vote for the project name and the community vision survey, which is, I mean, just look at the first question in that community vision survey. It's just a series of ranking things. It's like they already picked out the options for us. I mean, it kind of makes sense. These are the most logical options you can do with a giant space like this, 515 acres, by the way. But none of them are fun, right? Even if I select the entertainment option, there's no theme park on this list. I want roller coasters. I don't want a chef-driven food hall. Upscale movie theater experience, whatever. A movie theater, yeah, we have those. Podcast studio and live media production space, please God, no. We do not need a a podcast live space. No more podcasts.
So, do you guys want to like hijack this survey? You know, like really screw with their algo and just pick the worst name on this list? It's a tall task because honestly, they're all so terrible. If I had to pick one, I would go with The Gathering because that kind of sounds like an ICP Juggalos type of thing, like The Gathering of the Juggalos. And my hope is that they'll see it and be like, oh, we're welcome here, whoop whoop.
Family! Family! Family!
We can like paint our faces and like, I don't know, like hang out. I don't know what they do. But anyway, that would be hilarious to me. Whatever we can do to just cause utter chaos within this awful thing that they have concoct that isn't a Six Flags. Also, by the way, there's a fence like right back here, and I'm assuming that's right where the property line is. I don't know if that fence is new or not, or if they like, hey, we got to put up a fence because we have so many kids sneaking in here and making videos.
But just as we were getting deeper, out of nowhere, security showed up. Till this day, I still don't know how we got spotted.
And oh boy, I may have discovered something amazing that I was completely unaware of while shooting the first half of this video. Turns out that they give you an option to submit a different name if you got one. Now this can be very bad for them. At first I was thinking, okay, what's a name that we could submit, right? How about Better Six Flags America? And I was like, well, that could be like a whole copyright thing with Six Flags. We don't want to go down that rabbit hole. And then I thought, hey, Kevin Durant land. Sure, maybe we stroke his ego a little bit. We get on his good side because it is kind of his land now, sort of. But then it hit me. Why don't we honor the history of this theme park? Because for those who don't know, Six Flags America wasn't always Six Flags America. It had been around for 50 years and had many other names, including Wild World and Adventure World. What if we combined all of those names and add in America? So here it is. Adventure Wild World America, presented by Kenny, the Please Stop Vlogging guy. I would like to have my name attached to this because I'm the one who came up with it. So I think I should be kind of thanked or honored in some way. This is what I need from everybody. I need you to stop what you were doing. First, finish watching this video. Watch it all the way through. Don't stop immediately in the middle of the video. Watch till the end. After the video, immediately go to this survey and vote The Gathering, because it's kind of funny and it's a good second option just in case, you know, my great idea doesn't go through. We at least get The Gathering. That's kind of funny. We can add the whole Juggalos concept, but anyway, right? And after that, they ask you, hey, you got a different name? What is it? Here it is. Adventure Wild World America, presented by Kenny, the Please Stop Vlogging guy. Put that in just like this. Let's really screw up their algo. They have no idea what they're about to get right now. We're going to get our revenge, is what I'm saying. We're getting it. Long live Six Flags America. We want an amusement park. We're gonna get this place. It's gonna have a name of an amusement park, even though it's not gonna be an amusement park. At least its legacy will be intact in the name of it. Presented by Kenny, the Please Stop Vlogging guy. Just remember that part. Very important. So you've probably seen a bunch of drone footage scattered throughout this video. That's right, yes, my anonymous drone pilot who sends me this footage anonymously, and I never give up my sources. Anyway, this drone pilot is extremely talented, and they were able to capture yet again the slow decay of one of the largest, most recently abandoned amusement parks in the United States. It's just so sad to see it all go away like this. They left everything out there to rot. Even the Halloween decorations from one of the scare zones, which they canceled on the final year of operations. That's right, there was no Halloween event. They were just like, nope, you guys aren't getting that. But we'll still like kind of use some of our props to make like makeshift kind of like hangout scare actor zones. Six Flags Corporate just did not give one care about this park. I'm honestly surprised they didn't try to salvage or save some of these props and send them to other parks or something. It's just, what a total waste, just leaving all this stuff out there to be completely overrun and taken over by the elements. Now, I also heard some rumblings online that the roller coaster trains for the Wild One were put back onto the ride. I don't know how, because in the previous drone footage, those trains have been gone for a while. Yeah, I don't really know for certain, but sadly, they are clearly not back on the ride. And guys, I hate to tell you this, but the Wild One is not going to be saved. All these coasters are not going to be saved. They're done. 35V, Prince George's County, and the TPA group want nothing to do with an outdoor amusement park. They can't make enough money off of that. Unfortunately, they've seen the decline in interest in this park for the past couple of years, and that's enough for them to be like, no, we're not doing this. Absolutely not. No roller coasters, bulldoze them all. We're done. That's not me saying that. That's them saying that. I want to save the coasters. Don't think that was me saying bulldoze the coasters. No. Keep the coasters. Save the coasters. Cherish the coasters. Let's see, what else has changed or been removed? Thought I heard someone say the dinosaurs at the rapids were removed, and they all appear to be there as far as I can tell. Yeah, there's even the T-Rex is there still. I don't see much else has changed. I think even the Harley Quinn ride is still there. I thought for sure that would have been removed and taken to another park. I don't think a lot of the bigger rides can be salvaged in any way. Maybe even some of the smaller rides over in the Toon area. I think those are kind of maybe in rough shape, and then Six Flags is like, nope, just throw it away. Throw it away. I honestly don't know at this point. I guess Six Flags still owns all of the rides in the park, even though 35V has bought the property. I don't think they own any of the actual rides and the actual stuff that's on the property. I think either way they have to remove it or buy it from Six Flags, and I highly doubt they're going to do that. And it's funny, I keep coming back to that whole dumb natural outside public open space area that's filled with nature, aka a freaking park. Well, Six Flags America actually has some big outdoor pavilions in the back by the legit real haunted house, and if you know, you know, where they would host various events. All this stuff is still there, in pretty good shape too, better than the rest of the park. So TPA Group, the ones developing this site, won't have to do a lot of work in that regard. Most of the work is already done for them. So I have a feeling none of this area will change if they decide not to build a big data center in this spot. This is when things started to get a little bit interesting, and I discovered a couple unique things in this footage. Again, this is content you're not going to see anywhere else. It's groundbreaking stuff, quite literally. Back over in the extended parking lot behind the water park, I noticed a couple of workers moving dirt around. I'm not sure what the story is here, but I have a couple theories. Theory 1, these workers have nothing to do on the clock, so they are just moving some dirt around to look busy. Or 2, they are covering up a crime. I don't want to say murder or burying a body, but let's not rule that out. Or option 3, we've had some pretty crazy weather and rain recently, and I think some of this might be dirt, like a little mini landslide kind of occurred in this parking lot, and they're trying to clean it up. Those are my 3 options. I think the second one is the most likely. And behind the parking lot is some odd area filled with a bunch of objects on the ground. Now, at first I thought, is this a cemetery? What are those gray things? Are those tombstones? But at closer examination, I thought maybe it was kind of old ride structures of some kind, like foundations, where they would put in pillars of some kind. Yeah, I don't know what these are. Are they chairs or boxes or beehive boxes? I have no clue. If anybody knows what they are, leave a comment, be like, this is what they are, Help out with the algorithm on this video. Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shouldn't put that so late in the video, but we're here now. Anyway, there was a warning on the drone that it was going into a no-fly zone, so it had to retreat. And just as it was leaving, it spotted a U-Haul truck driving into the property. Now, my incredibly talented, very good-looking drone pilot was able to follow this U-Haul truck. And this is when things got really interesting. For a moment, it felt like I was watching some gritty spy thriller where the drone tails the drug cartel or some terrorist cell. Anyway, it was just some worker. He got out of the truck right around the Firebird. Yeah, I found it a little bit funny that he continued to respect the queue and he didn't want to like jump the line. He's kind of like walking all down and stuff like that. He didn't want to jump over the guardrail. I was like, dude, where are you going? Like, what are you doing? Like, wouldn't it be cool if like the construction workers and all the workers there could still like ride the rides, right? Like have their own little private theme park, even though like a lot of the like actual ride vehicles have been removed, but it's just fun to think, oh, there he goes. Now he's jumping the line. Okay. Well, you know what? Hey man, you get big trouble with Six Flags in that one if you did that. But unfortunately, Drone's battery was running low and had to return to change it. And then once it did finally get back over to the property, the line cutter was gone. But that was just a quick little update of what's going on the property. Not much has changed, thankfully.
I mean, listen, it is all poison ivy at this point. That's why I wore pants today. You know, think ahead. That could be poison ivy. That could be poison ivy. That's a tree. That's a jar of something. What is going on here? Like a little, you know, you could, little nest for a critter or something. Yeah, that's a fence. That is quite a fence. Looks like a tree fell on a part of it. Maryland State Park boundary. So if you guys are looking for a way in, right there. There's another tree fell down over here too. Look at that. Well, they make it quite easy to get in. I mean, I could have just jumped right over this fence. It's not like the most intimidating of fences. But right beyond there is the Six Flags parking lot. Sorry. We can't call it Six Flags anymore. We have to call it the Foundry or the Gathering or the Ascend or the Axis or the Nexus. The Nexus, Axis, Foundry, Gathering, the Ascend into mediocrity. Oh, that's somebody's happy birthday bag. That's sad.